Hello, hello, can you hear me? Mic check 1 2. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, 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 can you hear me? Mic check 1 2. Okay, I know you can hear me. That's great. I think I say the same thing every time I start a video. Hello, hello, mic check 1 2. Can you hear me? That's phenomenal. But anyway, so on here, this is some crazy delivery that I witnessed. This is my initial entry on this. Can you see that? Wow, that is insane, isn't it? Where can I put it? Um, Sorry, 1 second. I'm a little bit shocked about this myself. So look at that, man. Can you fucking see it? That's obviously this here. Look at that, man. Are you crazy, bro? What the fuck is that? So I'll explain this now and go into a little bit of detail about what that is. Fucking Raj. Even just this like initial delivery from this discount wiki. Yeah. Okay, but wait, give me 1 second. Let me just show you the other screenshots that I took just for the reference of the start of the video. So this is like a little bit into it, and then obviously where I took a screenshot from before is here. But fuck that. Look at this one and also this. So this is my like an initial entry point, like literally right here, right there. After this discount wick was formed, right? And then this is the initial delivery away from it. Crazy. Look at where I'm outlining. Nearby buy side liquidity is resting here. This is a daily fair value gap, old daily fair value gap. So that's my like higher time frame draw where I think price is gonna go. And so I'll just hide these now. Look at this. It's fucking crazy, bro. My draw was obtained. You see that there? That's fucking amazing. So because it's a video, I can be a little bit more dynamic as to where I like move the chart around instead of screenshots. So I want to try and like save myself this trade and just kind of like journal it. I suppose, yeah, journaling. So basically, the reasoning as to why I took the trade is down here. So here you can see the idea of me grading the long discount wick into eighths. So I'll just explain that bit. It's a little bit self-explanatory, but just for the, I don't know why I'm like, obviously I understand what I'm doing, but like this wick here is considerably longer than like most of the other wicks in the that happen like in recent time, right? So this wick here is what I'm focusing on. So like when that wick formed, as soon as it formed, I dropped the Fibonacci over it. This red Fibonacci that outlines that it's a discount wick, right? So I was immediately looking for a retracement back into there because we moved away from it like straight away, and then price failed to take the low, and then it started to like just like jitter around in this area. So I went long after seeing this inversion fair value gap here in orange. You see this right here, and that's what I'm mentioning down here, so you can see Price took the higher time frame sell side liquidity, which is obviously this red line here. So price took this, which is that low there. Okay. Price took this low slightly, and then it dropped down aggressively and formed this discount wick here. See that? So I've graded the discount wick, and then in the drop down I used the last bearish inefficiency that was formed as price pushed down into this area that I'm watching, which happened to be this fair value gap here. I've outlined that. Okay, and then something magical happens. You probably haven't seen it, but like if I move this out of the way and delete it, there's another inefficiency exactly the same, this bearish fair value gap right here, that overlaps perfectly with this one, or almost, but it falls literally almost directly inside of it. You see that? So watch. You've got this bearish fair value gap here, right? And then also this one here. And basically all I've done is just extended that, and then using this wick. And I've just extended those levels into the future. Not the wick, because I already know, I can see clearly this right there, okay? But look, you see this is the top of the wick. And if I was to just extend the wick quickly for the purpose of this, then you can see that it's come into like the consequent encroachment of it twice, bang, bang, right in the middle, right smack bang in the middle. Literally, look at that, right in the middle. Now, a lot of different liquidity providers will show you different prices. I'm using the index that's on TradingView because that's like TradingView's own historical data for Bitcoin. So that's the why I'm trusting that one, obviously, and not whatever broker that anyone can use. I would rather trust TradingView because they're not getting any like financial gain of me using this one specific chart. So I feel like they're gonna provide the top-notch data, you know, for this chart. So that's why I'm using this. So pretty much, yeah. So price took that higher time frame sell side liquidity, which I mentioned is here, right? And then it formed the discount wick, right? And then every time price ran lower into the range of this discount wick, which is obviously the red gradient levels, the algorithm formed an inversion fair value gap. So literally we fall into it once and created this FVG here, and then we went higher. We came back into the range of this red grid. It's not called a grid, okay? It's just called gradient levels of the wick, right? So we came back down into that range here, and we formed another inversion fair value gap here, which is a bearish fair value gap that was like sort of then the opposite of the delivery that you would expect happen. So you would expect it to go like so. It is bearish and is being used as bullish. Okay, so and then one last time, well, not one last time, but look, price fell into it here again. This top wick, the top of this wick, right there, right, and then it formed this inversion fair value gap. Sorry, I don't know why I'm stuttering. I'm a little bit baked. So look, 1, 2, 3, and then look, we form all of these wicks in the range of here. You see all these wicks. That all looks random, yeah. But then when you just put this over it, look at that, man. Imagine that being your analysis. Imagine this being your analysis. Look at these fucking photos. Look at that, man. That's fucking crazy, bro. They were not forged screenshots, but I am. Oh no, shit! I need to get that back now because I shouldn't have closed it. Right, bro. That's fucking insane. So anyway, I'm gonna go back to the actual chart. I think I've already explained how we created the discount wick after sell side was taken, right? And then prices retraced into the discount wick, formed an inversion fair value gap, and then it's bounced higher, and then it's come into the range of the discount wick again, formed another inversion fair value gap that somehow perfectly overlaps with the original one that I'm focusing on, and then it bounces higher, takes out the high. It actually shows somewhat of an uptrend. So we have a low, and then we have a high, and then we have a higher low, a higher high, and then a higher low, and then it forms this inversion fair value gap here, and then price is literally bouncing off it to go higher in this area. It's fucking crazy. It's tagging the consequent encroachment of it. That, like, I don't like that because that's where I would think, oh fuck it, maybe it could just bounce higher really quickly or something. Like, maybe because that's quite a strong algorithmic fucking like tag. It's just tapping it, right? And it's short. Look at this. Like, oh, all of the candles staying in the top half of this fair value gap here, and this is being used as an inversion. So it was a bearish fair value gap, but now it's being used as bullish. And this up here is a daily fair value gap, so that's what it says here. So it did this 3 separate times, 1, 2, 3 inversion fair value gaps that all form in the range of this Wix gradient levels. And then the tan colored bar is a daily fair value gap up here that sits above all of this and is the higher time frame draw, in my opinion. So I wrote that text as the price was in this screenshot. Oh, it's not the screenshot, but like I deleted them, but it was like more or less around here. It's fucking crazy, bro. It's actually mad. Can you imagine that as the initial entry? What the fuck? What the fuck? That's crazy, man. And then price like formed more structure around this. It's so mad. But that's like basically all I wanted to show. I just wanted to have a really quick video of this. Just lastly, I don't want this video to be too long. So I've explained the concept of why I was doing that. Just really quickly, up here, there's a bearish order block, which is 1, 2, 3 bullish candles in an attempt to go higher, which also like took some type of buy side, right? And then that area gets immediately like redistributed down to the low that caused that high. And then as well, price didn't breach the high that was formed. So that's the order block, right? And this is the order block formed on the 1 minute time frame. And the projections and extensions that I use for this order block would send me down to here, which is basically a copy paste of this range stacked on top of each other twice to get to here, right? So more or less, this concept of this order block here is exactly what this whole bullish range is on like either the 5 or the 15-minute chart. 1 second. It's the 5-minute chart. So it's a bullish order block on the 5-minute chart. So I've got the low and the high, and then these are the extensions. Okay. And then but the 1 minute order block is also projecting that this is going to be true. Like basically, the 1 minute order block is telling me that the 5-minute order block is safe to use. It's crazy. So like this is on the 5 minute chart, like how the candlesticks are like respecting my analysis. Maybe you can't see, but look at all the wicks and how my boxes fall right over the top of all of the wicks at the bottom there. These two inversion fair value gaps that were formed in this discount wick. It's fucking crazy. Oh, it's actually mad. And even like how much this was utilized. If I put it in black, you'll be able to see it better. Here, here, like all, you can see the lines here. See? But anyway, I'm gonna leave it here because I really don't want the video to be too long. As for this, yeah, this, this is currently being used as an inversion fair value gap, but this could be reclaimed as well because price could definitely fold over. Like I don't really know. I don't want to give like a call for the higher time frame draw. Do you reckon the market structure here is beautiful enough to see this price? That's what I'm gonna hope for. Actually, I'm gonna hope for price to work its way up into this, but we'll see because this is very beautiful market structure. And as well, like in my previous like set of live streams, I shorted this inversion fair value gap here, and then for some reason I cut my trade short, and then I wanted to see higher price because I didn't think that I had a good enough entry when the price was up here, so I cut it off short, and then I wanted to see it go higher, and it just didn't. So I'm interested to see if price can actually hit the target that I had based on here where my mouse is, which is like obviously this pink box it was pointed at. So I want to see if price can actually come up to here, but we'll see. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna shut this off. I'll see you later though, okay? Goodbye. Have a nice evening. See you later, bro.